Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I thought I would do a top 5 favourite foundations. I always think that the cheaper brands for myself have been some of the best foundations, and obviously it's always good to find a really good bargain, and to get something on the cheap side is always a must. So I'm going to be talking through some of my 5 top favourite foundations. Before I get into this video, if you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button, it would mean the world, and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. And if you want to see my top 5 favourite foundations, please keep watching. Okay, so going in with foundation number 5. So this is a very affordable foundation. I know you can get it from Boots. Don't think Superdrug do it, I'm not too sure, but they do sell it in Boots. This is where I got mine from. I know you can get it directly from their own website, but it is the Wet n Wild foundation. It's the Photo Focus foundation. I've got mine in golden beige, obviously just to match my fake tan. Sometimes it can come across a bit light, so I might go for a bit of a dark shade just so it goes with my tan once it's freshly put on. I really like this foundation because you can layer it up, so you can literally have, like today I've got no foundation on just because I'm at home and I'm not really doing anything, but if I did just want to, you know, pop out, or I'm not doing anything too important or too flashy, so I'm not going to a party, I might put this on, and you can just build it up. Say if you are wanting to use it for an occasion, then it is easily buildable. So I do really like this. I will also try and put across the screen on each foundation of how much they are, and yeah, I think it's a really good foundation, really affordable, Wet n Wild. I also like their highlighter, which is really good and affordable as well, so definitely check out Wet n Wild, it's definitely a must-have. Going into foundation number 4, this is a more of a higher end brand. Obviously it's a bit more expensive, but if you are wanting to splash out that tiny bit more and feel a bit luxurious, then it is definitely a good buy to get. I've tried quite a few like MAC foundation stuff. I know they were really raved about back in the day, but I never really, I think I got the long wear. I really liked the concealer even though it was really thick, but the MAC foundations I just never really gelled with. But NARS, this is a Sheer Glow foundation. I really like NARS foundations. I think it's very, I feel like it's similar to the Wet n Wild, just because they're both very lightweight, but they both do a similar job at building up. I feel like with the NARS though, the NARS has that tiny bit more coverage than the Wet n Wild, and it's very easy to build up to get a really full coverage with the Sheer Glow, so definitely check those out. Right, so moving on to some of my really favourite foundations now. I have always said I really like Revolution makeup. It's fantastic. I've always liked the Revolution Pro, I Heart Makeup. I think some of the things are so affordable and so similar to some higher end products. So if you are on a budget, or if you know you don't want to spend too much money on makeup, then Revolution Beauty honestly is fantastic. I've always said really good things about them. Bringing me on to foundation number 3, it's the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Radiance foundation with hyaluronic acid. This foundation honestly is so good. I love it so much. This is more thicker than the last 2 foundations, so if you are wanting more full coverage and, like I said, conceal and define. So I mean, if you didn't want to put concealer on, this would cover everything anyway. I really like the packaging as well. Honestly, Makeup Revolution always have the best packaging. This you can obviously pick up in Boots, Superdrug. Oh wait, I don't think they do it in Boots. Do they do it in Boots? I think they do it in Boots. I had a bit of a brainwave. Boots. I know they do the skincare in Boots because I saw it at Christmas. I don't know. I believe they do, but I always get my things from Superdrug anyway. But yeah, medium to full coverage, excellent foundation, nothing really bad to say about it. And yeah, for the price, I think it's absolutely fantastic. Definitely a must have in your makeup collection. So foundation number 2. This is honestly one of my, it was very hard to pick between this one and my number 1 foundation. This foundation I use pretty much 90% of the time, so it is hard that it hasn't been my number 1, but I will explain why number 1 is my number 1. This foundation honestly is fantastic. Every time someone asks me, oh, what foundation are you wearing, I'm always wearing this foundation. It is another Makeup Revolution product. It is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation, but it is obviously different from the last one. This is Conceal and Hydrate, this is Conceal and Define. Now, in my sort of experience, if you was going to say which one is more full coverage, I would go for the Conceal and Define, just because it's so Conceal and Hydrate. It has more of a watery consistency to it. And by the way, they've got different. So this one's got a pump on it, which I found really good. When I first got it and my mum got it as well, I thought it's not gonna have a pump, not for that price. But yeah, it's got a pump. I mean, the NARS one, to say how much you pay for NARS products, the foundation doesn't have a pump on it, so you've obviously got to go and then buy the pump separately, which is really annoying for the price. Makeup Revolution, even though it's so cheap, has a pump, so it's absolutely crazy to me. But yeah, this Conceal and Define foundation by Makeup Revolution is fantastic. I love it. I wear it most of the time. It's really good for I mean, the job I'm in now, I don't really wear much makeup as much as I did in my previous role, but I used to wear this for work all the time. I never used to find that I'd get too oily. I know some foundations really make me really oily, especially around this area and on my forehead, but this foundation I've never had really any issues with, and most of the time I do wear this for if I'm going to a special occasion, or if I'm going, you know, to a wedding or something. I always wear this foundation, so it is amazing. So moving on to foundation number 1. Now, this product actually I haven't used for a while, just because I haven't had anywhere to wear it to, and I wouldn't really want to wear it for work because it's that full coverage. I just don't wear it for work. I'd rather go with the Makeup Revolution foundation. Even though that is still very full coverage, it just seems lighter on my skin. Whereas this one is a bit more thicker, it's a bit more cemented on your skin, not in a bad way, but it's definitely more of an impact onto your skin and onto your face. So I tend to wear this more when, you know, I want to have a full coverage look, or I want it to last a very long time as well. This is such a good foundation for that, and it is a very affordable foundation. I believe it's about £10 roughly. Like I said, I'll leave the prices above here, but it's so affordable. It's such an accessible brand that we can all get to on the high street, obviously when we're out of lockdown, but you can order it online as well from Superdrug, Boots, you know, online websites. So foundation number 1 is Maybelline, oh you can't even see it, Maybelline 24 Hour Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. Most people, if you type into YouTube full cover foundation, or you know, favorite foundations, this will probably appear on most videos. It's fantastic. It's it's like, what do people say, this is like the Huda Beauty one. I haven't tried it. Something like that. It's Huda Beauty one, I think, but it's amazing. I wouldn't, when I see videos like that, which are really good, saying, oh, this high-end brand is similar to this low-end brand, I'm not going to go out and get the high-end brand, even though obviously it's nice to have luxurious things, but I think if you can get something more than half the price and it does exactly the same job, what is the point in paying nearly 30-40 quid for a foundation? It just blows my mind. So yeah, this foundation is fantastic, long lasting. It doesn't make me oily because it is more, I'd say it's more of a semi-matte foundation on my skin anyway. My skin is more normal to slightly oily, but in some foundations, and obviously in the summertime, it can be a lot more oilier. But with this foundation, it tends to, I don't, you know, have to keep topping up my powder or anything like that, and it just, it's amazing. It blows my mind that they can make a foundation that's similar to a high brand foundation for a fraction of the price. So it's amazing. Definitely check this out if you already haven't. I would be very surprised if you hadn't already, but definitely go check it out. And this is definitely highly recommended by myself and probably most of the UK. So yeah, definitely check this out. Right, so that is it. These are all my favourite foundations, top 5 favourite foundations. If you would like to see similar videos to this, so like favourite powders, favourite bronzers, favourite blushes, mascaras, anything that you'd like to see like that, please give this a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And yeah, until the next time, guys, keep safe. Bye bye.